All right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol SNDL, Sundial Growers Inc. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all my first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to my channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all my subscribers, welcome back, and let's jump into this chart. So I had stated previously in the previous video what was the trivia question, and most of you commented down below. I really appreciate that from your guys' end. And I had stated that the most important point for the bulls to break through was 37 cents. Well, we can see that resistance was definitely broken through, and it skyrocketed through that point of resistance, and it broke through the highs that it reached previously, which was way up here at almost 54 cents. From that point forward, it reached newer highs, and it reached up to about 65 cents, and there was a lot of rejections on the way down, and it actually kept trying to pull up, but the rejections continued to resist and pull itself down. So it was stopping it, turning all of these rejections into resistance points, and it was just breaking through supports, and it hit lows here of about 36 and some change. We're going to look at this pretty closely in just a moment, but the bulls went ahead and actually fought back now in the last couple of minutes and hours to run this back up, reaching highs here of about 46 and some change. So we're going to look at all of this zoomed in right now, and we're going to look at some important points. But something I want to point out is that 37-cent range, after being broken through as a resistance, has acted slightly as a support, slightly above it and around it, to actually stop this from hitting newer lows. But what is also interesting is the 50-day moving average is catching up to the price. So I want every single investor to pay close attention to how this is reacting, and also beware, because this type of volatility, just running up and going back down almost 100% of what it went up, like about 80% of it, that right there is a sign of too much volatility, and there's risk involved. So I do want every investor to be aware that there's risk involved in these trades. There's no steady run up. This is just up, down, like you could see it. It's a big spike and a spike on the way back down. Now it actually broke through the resistance levels that we needed to watch, and now there's new points of reference, there's new support levels. We're going to look at this closely, and I'm going to talk about this very narrowed down to pay close attention to in the last couple hours of the day, because even as the market is closing, we got 1 minute left, there's going to be aftermarket hours that will influence how this is going to react. Now, another thing too, I'm going to have another trivia question here, and we're going to look at this closely, because these cues are important for every single investor to pay close attention to know where this may be heading. So we're going to look at that too. All my first time viewers and investors, I want to say welcome as well to my channel and coming across this video. I hope you guys find it helpful and informative. And to all my subscribers, welcome back, and let's jump into this chart. So we're going to look at this here so that we are now prepared and equipped for tomorrow. So the highest point was up here at 65.03. If you want to round it down, 65 cents. That's the highest peak. That is probably one of the most important numbers for the bulls to break through, to reach newer highs. But before even getting there, you do have the point where this is the last bullish candlestick before it fell, and that is up here at 58.81. So if you want to round it up, 58.90 is one of the most important points, I would say, for the bulls to even pull away from this resistance and pull away from the 50-day moving average on their way to head towards 65 cents and then start to hit newer highs. So that 58.90 point will be important in how this plays out the next coming days and the rest of the week. Now, on the other spectrum, our support level here, which is the lowest point before it ran up, is 25.08. If you want to round it down, 25 cents. 25 cents is super important if this was to work its way to newer lows, break through the 50-day moving average, and start to pull down. So keep that number in mind. Write those numbers down. I highly suggest it. and I highly suggest writing down the numbers that we're about to look at. So right now we're at 20, excuse me, whoa, 20, no, that's where we were down here. 43.27. Right now, that's exactly where it's at. It's battling between that and 45.60. It's bouncing around. This is based off of a 30-minute chart frame. If we change the minutes, you would be able to see that it's kind of closer to 45.60, but this is how it closed out as the time frame for the last 30 minutes. So it's at 43.27 is what we're seeing, give or take 45.60. Now, for the bulls to pull away from the 50-day moving average, which the 50-day moving average is 35.14. Let's see if I can land exactly on it. Let's see here. And it actually just moved up as we just saw this update. And it's actually now 35.61. Our support and resistance has not changed, but our 50-day moving average did. Let's see if I can land exactly on 35.61. And it's not letting me. It's jumping around. But 35.61 is our 50-day moving average, and we just moved up to 45 cents exactly. You see, it was between, give or take, those numbers, and now it officially is showing us the accurate reflection for that 30-minute time frame until the next 30-minute time frame. So 45 cents is currently where it's at. It's working its way up. There's some momentum here from the bulls. If they can break through this resistance, which is 46.54, this will turn into a support, and they need to start to pull away to reach newer highs and pull away from the 50-day moving average in an upward direction to maintain themselves in the momentum of bullish territory. So as long as we're above this point right here, which is 35.61, then the bulls will be in control. The moment we're below it, the bears are gaining control. So it's super important for the bulls to break through this resistance, 46.54, turn that into a support, pull away from it to pull away from the 50-day moving average to reach newer highs and new resistance levels. On the other hand, we have what the bears want. The bears want to break through support. If they accomplish this, they are on their way to getting this into bearish territory, because the window between support and the 50-day moving average is less than a cent. It's literally almost half a cent. So it's in the hundreds and thousands place. So it makes it half a cent of value of a small window here. This is very easy for the bears to go ahead and start gaining leverage if they break through this support. So I want every single investor to beware and pay very close attention to how quickly this is reaching newer lows, or if it breaks through this support 36.02, how quickly is it pulling down. And if it got into bearish territory, the bears broke through support, they've entered into bearish territory, and their goal is to pull further away from the 50-day moving average in a downward direction. So I want all investors, and I want to emphasize this, to pay very close attention to how this stock is reacting. I'm not saying that because support was broken through, the bears are dominating, because the bulls could reappear and bring this back up, but you want to pay close attention to the behavior of the stock if it breaks through support. I want to emphasize again that the bulls need to break through 46.54, turn that into a support to stay in bullish territory and pull further away from the 50-day moving average. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community. And don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watched this video. So, trivia question. What is the true point of reference other than this resistance level? Because obviously the bulls need to break through this resistance to stay in bullish territory. What is the next resistance level that is important for them to break through? And the second question, which is very important as well, according to the volatility of this stock, what is the most important support level below the 50-day moving average? What point is it at? For the lowest point, that is important for the bears if they break through it, and for all investors to pay close attention to. And for the bulls, what is the most important point above this resistance level to reach newer highs and newer levels of resistance by pulling away from the 50-day moving average. I look forward to seeing your guys' comments. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.